In today's Pick a Card reading, we're going to go over what the fairies have to say to you today. My name is Jacey, I'm an energy reader, and this channel is all about connecting with your highest divine self. And if you're totally new to Pick a Card readings on this lovely YouTube land, all you have to do is pick a number between 1 or 2. Once you've chosen which pile that you're most drawn to today, go down to the description box below, click on the timestamp that correlates to the number that you've chosen, and that is where your reading will start today. Without further ado, let's start with pile number 1. Hello, pile number 1. How are we all doing? Let's find out what messages the fairies have for you guys today. I love working with fairies. They're one of my favorite spiritual entities that I love working with. They're just so fun, they're so playful, and they get things done, and they do things in such humorous ways as well. They're always giggling, and they're attracted to happiness. They're attracted to jingles, to door chimes, to music, to dancing. They are attracted to pretty things too. So pile number 1, what do the fairies have to say to pile number 1 today? What messages do they have? Okay, this is so beautiful, pile number 1. What the fairies want to tell you, and they've been trying to tell you for a long time now, pile number 1. Maybe sometimes you get it, sometimes you're feeling yourself and you get there, but they want you to live that. They want you to live that all the time. They want you to feel like you're glowing all the time, because you do glow all the time. You have something naturally radiant about you, pile number 1. You have something so naturally beautiful about you, pile number 1. And yes, we all have bad days, but I feel the fairies want you to live this happy, joyful, graceful, and easy life on steroids way more than you already are doing it. Like, yes, you, like, as we all do, we all have those like up days and those okay days and those like the low days. We're all human, so it happens, but the fairies are trying to recalibrate you and your life so that you have way more good days than bad days. Like they're trying to, like, I see the numbers in my head, they're trying to say, like, they're trying to design your life where 80 to 90% of your days and your life and your time is magical, is beautiful, is fun, and just amazing. They're helping you do that. They want that for you. And yes, we're all human, so we're gonna be a little bit realistic, they say, and like, yes, we'll let you have your bad days. If you want to be sad, sure, go be sad, but you're meant to live this life, and you can live this life. This is one of your greatest potentials, is to have the experience of life, of it being 80 to 90% amazing. And then you'll have those days where you just need a rest. And those are your, what did I say? 80 to 90%. So yeah, there's 10% of all of the days that you're going to have in this lifetime that are, you're just chilling. You're just got to do what you got to do, recover. And even when you're recovering, you can feel good. So that's what, okay, let's get into these cards. You have the Bison Abundance, Peacock Vibrancy, Deer, Love. This is you. This is how they picture you. This is how the fairies picture you, pile number 1. They see that you are vibrant, and they want you to have an equally vibrant life reflected back onto you. You're meant to live a big and bold and colorful life, pile number 1. Like, that is you. It's so you. They can't see it any other way, and so they're gonna make it happen. They're doing stuff every day, all day, to get you there, pile number 1. That's their mission, is for you to see your glory and to normalize this glorious life that you're meant to be living. So you have abundance as well, pile number 1. They are telling you today that you are meant to be living a very abundant life, as a peacock does, as a perfectly fabulous peacock that you are does. Whether you're experiencing that already or not, you're meant to live, like, continuously an abundant life, whatever that means for you. Rich in healthy friendships, rich in the foods you eat, rich in health, and rich in wealth. The fairies, they want to tell you, like, okay, sacred buffalo, cloak me in your wisdom. Keep me warm through the storms of life. Fill my life with goodness. Teach me the way of gratitude and prayer. The fairies, they want to fill your life in goodness, and you're meant to have your life filled with goodness. So your job in this whole thing is to be grateful, is to work with them and to allow greatness to come into your life, pile number 1. Highest spirits, fairies, all those lovely creatures and entities that we live with, they can do a lot of the work for us, yes, but also equally we need to do just as much as they are by meeting them in the middle and doing our part of the work, which is clearing out clutter, getting rid of limiting beliefs, cleansing, purging, all those lovely things that allow room to allow space in your life so that these good things can enter your life. Dear love, be gentle with yourself, pile number 1. Have you been hard on yourself? It's important to recognize everything that you've achieved, pile number 1. So many things that have happened in your life that has been nothing but blessings, and you're meant to experience more blessings, pile number 1. You heal with the power of love. So love yourself. If you don't feel good about something, then it is time to stop doing that thing. Like, it doesn't matter how much this person says they're doing, or, you know, if their energy doesn't make you feel good, you let them go. If there is an activity that you're no longer resonating with, you let it go. You find the next big thing, because you're always changing and evolving. Maybe one day you're super into table tennis, and then another day you're really into, I don't know, badminton. So let yourself follow your heart. Give yourself permission. And these are small things that you can do to tweak yourself and just keep reiterating every day. So then you go with the flow of evolution into this perfect equilibrium of things, 80 to 90% of your days being wonderful. See the light in all things. Acknowledge your self-worth and grace. So that reminds me of also changing your glasses, changing your lens, because being grateful throughout the day and noticing how beautiful the simple things in life are, that adds up, pile number 1. That adds up by a lot. For example, we can look at this beautiful little flower and just look how it's not zooming in, it's not focusing in, but it's just so glorious. And there's so many things to be grateful for. Everywhere you walk, everywhere you look, everywhere you can find beauty. It depends what lens you have on. Are you, you know, if you're at the gym, you can admire. This is a very, like non-stereotypical example, but even machineries at the gym, you're like, wow, someone designed this. And have gratitude for that. Like having this brand new lens in life, just looking at life like you were born yesterday, and just going to the grocery store and be like, wow, a group of people have put all the effort of transporting all of these fruits and vegetables to this grocery so that I have easy access to it. Wow, I'm so grateful that I have running water. Like, this water is so freaking delicious. Just small little daily things that we often take for granted. Just taking a moment and slowing down to recognize these things and appreciating these things. And all this adds up into your gratitude bank, this karmic bank. And so the more you reflect back beauty into the world, the more beauty is going to reflect back to you into your life. I hope that made sense. But the fairies are, long story short, pile number 1, the fairies around you are recalibrating your way of being so that you are experiencing so many more good days than you could ever imagine. And it's going to be a new norm for you, pile number 1. You're meant for abundance. You are already abundant. You are a vibrant, fabulous individual. Pile number 1. Grizzly bear power. I am indestructible. I honor my intuition and go where it leads. That's so in tune with this reading. Love and gentleness are my real strength. I never give up. I will succeed. Yeah, you have this drive in you, pile number 1. It's not for no reason. You have this drive, you have these ambitions, and you have these desires. Not for no reason, pile number 1. You're meant to live out what you want. Whatever have you been wanting for a long time, you're meant to live it. It's not it's a desire in you for a reason. Like if you didn't want to be a car collector, you're not going to want to have cars. Like the reason why you want cars is because you genuinely, it's meant to be. That's just one example. It's kind of random. But you know, if you have this desire, like I personally don't have a desire to collect cars. I'm not sure why I went to that example, but it's not going to be in my system. I know it's not in my system. I don't crave and dream about cars. But maybe you do, and so it is meant for you. The success is meant to come into your life so that you can afford these cars. You crave it because it's in your purpose. You're meant to live it. So allow yourself to have an open heart, an open soul and mind and spirit to receive the goodness in life. And the fairies are on your side. Yeah, they sometimes joke around and make it fun for themselves, because that's what fairies do. They laugh and they giggle and they play and they make it funny for themselves. But at the same time, I really appreciate them, because yes, they make it fun and funny for themselves, but they have your highest good in mind all the time. And pile number 1, they want to show you that you are truly powerful and indestructible. And they're guiding you and helping you to honor your intuition more and more and more, because your pure heart and your soul will always lead you into the right places in life, to the right people in life. And you'll know, because it's going to feel good and it's going to give you energy. It's not going to feel draining. It's not going to feel low. It's going to feel high. It's going to feel high vibrational, and it's going to feel generally good. And that's the point. Life is supposed to feel good. That's when you know you're on the right path and you're being taken to the right places, is because it feels like a good idea and you're meant to experience it and you're excited to do it. So that's a reading. Happy guys, pile number 1. I hope you enjoyed it. That was a really lovely energy to read into, and I'll see you in another reading. Bye for now. Hello, pile number 2. How are we all doing? Let's find out what the fairies have to say to you guys today, pile number 2. I love working with fairies. They are just so fun and funny, and they don't take things seriously, but at the same time, they have your highest good in mind all the time, and they're doing their thing in their own unique way. Pile number 2. Pile number 2. Okay, pile number 2. Very clear message. I appreciate it when the messages are clear. Thank you. So the messages for you, pile number 2, is you need to go back to your inner child. We need to do things that feel nostalgic, like things that make you feel happy. Like for me, nostalgia is video games, nostalgia is Mario Kart, nostalgia is anything Mario, nostalgia is whatever it means for you. Like go back to the things that made you so happy when you were a child. Is it hanging out with animals? Is it hanging out with a specific person? Is it a specific activity? Is it a specific food? Pile number 2, the fairies want you to go back to the basics, because I feel like maybe for whatever reason, I don't know what. I mean, yes, we can figure it out if we need to, but their message is like, that's almost besides the point. Like, the point is they want to bring your focus back to like what makes you happy, what makes your inner child happy, and what does your inner child need? Do you need more love? Do you need more care? Or do you feel like you've been neglecting your inner child? Like, what do you feel like he or she needs? Like, do you need to go eat ice cream? Do you need to take care of your body more? Actually, do you need to go to the gym? Does your inner child be like, doesn't want to go prance around in the snow? Does it want to go on the swings in the park? Whatever it is, what does your inner child want to do? Ask yourself, inner child, what do you want to do? What do you need from me today? What makes you happy? And you'll know if it's the right thing to do, because it'd be a full body happiness. The joy will just overflow in your entire physical body. And that's when you know you're making your inner child happy. So go back to basics. That's what the messages, the fairies are saying to you guys these days. Is the message that they're trying to get through to you these days is, let's keep it simple. Life is not that complicated. Do you have a roof over your head? Are you eating? Are you drinking water? Let's make sure your basics are covered, and then let's go back to things that make you excited, because who knows, maybe some of you guys are working too much or doing something out of obligation too much. Let's take some time to ourselves. Pronto, like now, ASAP. Like, yeah, we get it. There's responsibilities and commitments. Do those, but at the same time, we need you to also do things that make you happy, because otherwise it's unsustainable. Pile number 2. Pile number 2, you guys are a lot sharper and wittier than you realize. They want to remind you of that. You are a lot more smart and intelligent than you realize, pile number 2. You're not giving yourself enough credit that you are so highly capable of figuring out what to do and how things should go. And you guys have a really good head on your shoulders to make the right decisions for yourself and the people around you. And to also remind you, the fairies want to remind you, fairies, they are saying to take it slow and steady, pile number 2. You guys are rushing a little bit too much. You're going a little bit too fast, pile number 2. It's a little bit leaning on the side of unsustainability at this point. So slow down, do things that make you happy. Like, are you craving something? Have you been meaning to go get a massage? Have you been meaning to go get your nails done? Anything like that, pile number 2. Also, it's the time in your life to be making new connections. I see the fairies pulling in good friendships in for you. I see the fairies, that's it. That's the main message. The pulling in friends for you. That's what they're doing. I see them lassoing, throwing out that lasso and pulling in those friendships that are good for you in. That's exciting. That's fun. Good for you. I'm excited for you guys, pile number 2. Messages from fairies that are around you these days, pile number 2. What do they have to say to you? So don't, be open to those friendships, because they're good for you. Oh, another witty card, another intelligence card. So you are smart, pile number 2. Have you forgotten that or something? Why is this such an emphasis? Fairies, why is this such an emphasis? Maybe you guys just needed to hear it. Maybe you guys just needed to know. Whatever it is. Pile number 2, you are witty. You're a witty bunch. You, pile number 2, are able to be a social chameleon. You know what to say. And also, you have figured out so many things in your career that so many people would not know how to figure out in their career. Whereas you are ahead for a reason, you are successful for a reason, and you do it really well for a reason. Pile number 2. There is something interesting. Okay, so there's something in your in your work environment, pile number 2. That you need to recommit yourself into. There's something about what you need to be consistent about. You need to internally agree to it, recommit to it. There's something around that energy of needing to recommit, to reaccept, and to reinvigorate yourself in that field of work that you're in. It feels worky, but it can translate into any other area in life if it resonates for you there. But there is a message from the fairies today that you do need to have an internal conversation, work it out within yourself, and recommit yourself to the project, to the thing that you're doing. Because I feel like whatever, the energy has been a little bit whack lately because part of you is not like fully in, and people can feel that. So what is it? What is it that you need to recommit yourself into? Pile number 2. Okay, pile number 2, more messages please for pile number 2 from the fairies. Well, that makes sense. Some of you guys are studying. Some of you guys are, yeah, like this is putting your head down and like getting it done. So to get back into like what did you say you're gonna do? Do it. Like that's kind of the message here. And not only that, maybe you need recommitment to it because you've lost the joy in it, and that was the first message of your reading, is about finding joy again. Like let's recalibrate this. Like why has the energy been feeling stuck? It's because you've lost the point. The point of it is the joy, the excitement, the sensuality, that whole energy of just movement and energy that's flowing and moving. So I'm not sure what that means for you. Hopefully that resonates. I feel like the bottom line is that whatever you're doing in life, pile number 2, it's needing some injection of joy. So start with the basics. Like, what do you want to do? Like, what do you need right now, pile number 2? The fairies are asking you, like you know what you need. You know what makes you happy. If that means taking a day off, take that day off. Like, are you tired? Like, what do you need? Just take care of yourself first and we'll get back to the projects later. It's okay. Take a day off. Take 2 days off. And do stuff that you want to do. Like, do you want to go to the movies? Do you want to go on a hike? Do you need to go to the gym? Do you need to take care of your body first? Do you need to take a nap? Like, what is it? What is it, pile number 2? They're asking you, like, let's get your energy back on track. They want to see that, pile number 2. I don't know why the energy from the fairies today for you guys, pile number 2, are feeling a little bit demanding, because they're so on board with the mission that you've chosen to be on and the studies that you've chosen to commit yourself to, but it's feeling like you're going too fast, and it's maybe like burning you out a little bit. It needs to be more paced, and that you need to remember to have fun and enjoy life while you're doing what you're doing and executing the commitments that you have committed to. So yeah, they approve on your, like, you're on the right track. The decisions you've made are right. The only thing is missing is that you forgot to have fun sometimes. So that's the message I have for you guys, pile number 2. I hope you enjoyed it, and have a lovely rest of your day. Until next time, bye for now.